Well, howdy there, folks, and welcome back. It is I, your host, BR, bringing you another exciting episode of BR's Beer Review. Welcome. Thanks for joining me here on my new channel. I'm real excited today. I have a special guest for you, as always. I've been meaning to bring you this one for a very long time, and it just so happened that all the beers aligned, and we have it for you today. None other Miller's High Life. I know. It's nothing nothing crazy, nothing controversial and wild. It's not a crazy in your face craft brew or some obscure, unknown, delicious lager that you may not have heard about. We all know it. It's out there. But you know what, folks? Hear me out before you tune out. I think this beer needs a rediscovering. It needs a second chance. And I think that you might be able to give it that second chance. So without further ado, let's do what we do, and I'm going to crack this brew. It's been years since I've had one of these. It really has. I cannot remember the last time I had one, but I remember back years ago, I used to drink a lot of them. It truly has been years since I've had one of these. Yes, sir. Well, so what it is it's a, aside from being the champagne of beers, here's a very much what I consider your traditional American lager. Now, Miller Brewing, I know, is always big on the Pilsner aspect. They highly tout that their beers are Pilsner beers. I feel like most lagers are. You brewers, your home brewers, you can probably correct me. I feel like Pilsners and lagers, especially when mass-produced, are very similar, if not the exact same thing. Now, while this isn't a light beer, it's very much a light lager to me. One of the big three's more famous beers, and I always kind of categorized the American breweries as much like the American auto industry, the big three. You had your Miller, your Coors, and your Anheuser-Busch, or your Budweiser and Busch. And they originally were one of those. Today, you got these conglomerates. I believe Miller Coors is joined together with some of the delicious Canadian beers out there. But, yeah, it says it right on the label, right here, Miller High Life. Yeah, it's a lighter beer, but it's got a taste to it. It's definitely got a beer taste to it. Yeah. But we'll get into while I'm trying to bring it back here in a minute. Let me get down to some nitty-gritty facts on this bad boy real quick. ABV on this sucker is 4.6%. I feel like that's a good place for a beer like this. A lot of these beers you're gonna find, especially these mass-produced light lagers, come in much lower than that. I mean, you're gonna find them at 3.5 to 4, and excuse me. Let's wash that down, shall we? As I was saying, you're going to find a lot of these sitting around 3.5 to 4%. I feel like 4.6 is pretty good. I feel like that's pretty high content. It's not strong, but this beer is going to take us where we're going, if you catch my drift. IBU, I was pleasantly surprised to find an IBU rating on this. Usually it's much harder on these light lagers. They give an IBU of 7. From what I know of the IBU chart, that seems right. Here at BR's Beer Review, on BR's Arbitrary Bitterness Scale, we're actually going to go ahead and give this a 1.5. And now remember, folks, I recently made my scale less arbitrary. It's from 1 to 10. Sometimes it goes on. Sometimes it'll go in the negative. We're giving it a 1.5 because there's definitely a tang to this beer. Normally I'd give it about a half, but this beer is fucking tangy. I don't know about the expiration date on this. No, it's still good, they say. Yeah, jumping back in. The reason I'm trying to bring this back, I feel like it's an underappreciated beer these days. We are running way too long here. I apologize, folks. But the reason I'm trying to bring this back is it's underappreciated. When I was growing up, I never batted an eye when I saw a Miller High Life on the shelves. You know, that was a beer you knew. These days, I feel like people don't know about it. And I'd like to change that. I think we ought to bring this beer back, folks. You know, it might not be all us casual drinkers out there that have our beer that we stick with. I mean, if you drink High Life, and I hope you do, cheers to you, but I feel like it's not well known, especially among the younger beer drinking crowd. I feel like it's been relegated to that weird corner of the beer aisle where you have the Hams, you have the Olympia, you have that beer you don't really know anymore. And I used to know this beer. I used to know it very well. But it's sitting there, waiting for you to pick it up. And I feel like the person that needs to pick it up is you younger folk. You hipsters. This could be your next Pabst, your next Rainier. This is the next beer that needs to be saved. It does. I mean, you can go ahead and put down your Pabsts, put down your Rainiers. People know about them. Go ahead, go out there. Get you Miller High Life. Get you Miller High Life. Go climbing with your Miller High Life. Think deep thoughts with your Miller High Life. This is the beer you have under your shelf at your barista job while you're whipping up an Americano. Oh, it's a High Life. Oh no, I'm not doing this to be cool. No, I really like the way they taste. No, it's really good beer. It's really cheap. People don't know about these. They're delicious. Oh, you haven't had a High Life? It's really good. No, I love it. I love it, bro. It's so good. So good. So, if you're the king of hipsters out there, or queen, or leader person of the hipsters, I really hope you'll give this a shot. Because I think you're the only one that has a chance to bring this beer back. This needs to be rediscovered, folks. And I hope you rediscover it. And I hope you discover that it just might be your new favorite beer. Well, I appreciate you for tuning in today. I hope you found this beer review informative. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope it helped you find your new favorite beer. Please do me a favor. Go out there, subscribe, like, share my videos. Anything helps. I'm just out here trying to find beer for y'all. Thank you very much. BR out.